It had been 5 years since the varsity boys basketball team made state. That was until a huge upset by the Wildcats over Westside in the Class A7 district finals. Millard West then earned their spot to compete against 7 other schools at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln with a chance to win the state championship.
We try to tell them it's a game just like every other game. We prepare the same, but you can't really prepare for it if you haven't been there because of the crowd, the shooting. You can't simulate it shooting because it's such a big arena.
Millard West would first face off against Lincoln Pius X. The first half of this March 9th matchup at Pinnacle Bank Arena was very defensive with both offenses struggling from the field. Millard West was able to go on a bit of a run to end the first half behind some big shots from senior Ryan Larson and held a 22-15 lead. The second half of the game was more competitive, full of high-energy plays. The Wildcats had a 6-point advantage with just about 2 minutes left of the game, but due to some missed free throws from senior James Conway and junior Chase Holtman, Pius was able to stay in it. The Thunderbolts then charged down the court, and Sam Hoiberg made a wide-open three to tie the game at 45 with only 3.8 seconds left. With just over 3 seconds left in the game, Conway heaved a half-court pass to Meyersick, who turned around, tripped, but threw up a shot, and it went off the glass as time expired. Millard West rushed the court, and the student section went nuts, as Meyersick had sent the Wildcats to the semifinals for the first time in 21 years.
I hadn't had the best. I was missing layups all night, and I made the one that counted. Yeah, well, I lost my balance once I'd shot it, and I looked back up and saw it go through the net and heard everybody scream.
With the win, the Wildcats then moved on to play the number 1 ranked Millard North Mustangs. They were confident that if they slowed the pace down and played their kind of game, then they could compete with these guys. The Wildcats started out the first quarter hot, going toe-to-toe with Millard North. Meyersick made some big energy shots in the paint to help West have it tied 12-12 after 1. Senior St. Thomas erupted in the second quarter, though, sinking 3 threes in the period to help the Mustangs outscore the Wildcats by 8, giving them a 31-23 halftime lead. Millard North committed turnovers early in the third quarter, which resulted in Millard West being able to close the gap behind some tough paint shots. Millard West actually led 37-36 with 3:08 left in the quarter, but Thomas and the Mustangs erupted with an 11-0 run. Thomas scored 9 of those points for Millard North, putting them up by 10 after the third. The big story of the fourth was free throw shooting. The Mustangs went 14 for 16 from the charity stripe in the final period, helping them close the game out. Millard West was able to keep it close behind some threes from Larson, but it wasn't enough, and Millard North held on to win 69-62.
It feels great knowing that we were there because they ended up winning the championship, which could have been that. It just means that we could have been there too.
Millard West finished the year with a total record of 18-7. The entire starting 5 for the Wildcats were seniors this year, which means this team will look a lot different when they take the floor next season. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Evan Vaslow and John Willis.